Well, welcome. I am so glad that you're taking the time to watch this video because if you are, that means that our directors have prayerfully considered making you a coach within our DCLA structure. That's directors, coaches, leaders, and apprentices. Our coaches are a vital piece to our ministry, and I'm excited that the Lord has placed you in this particular position. Let's talk a little bit about coach responsibilities. How many of you guys know that the higher you go up the leadership ladder, the more time and responsibility you carry? And so, one of our asks is that you simply understand that availability is key in being a coach. It's going to require just a little bit of time. Now, don't be afraid. It is always our heart to make sure that family is always first in the midst of ministry. However, with stronger responsibility and heavier responsibility comes just a little bit more time and time management. The other thing that we ask is that as a result, we ask that none of our coaches lead a group. And so with someone moving from a group leader to a coach, we ask that they hand that off cleanly, because it is the idea that you will be taking the leaders that you oversee and making that your group. So let's talk a little bit about group health. Listen, if you've been under my leadership for any extent of time, you've heard this phrase used before, and that is relational equity. We are huge at making sure that there is relational equity throughout all of our leadership in the DCLA pipeline. That's just a fancy way of us saying that we want to make sure that every person that is a part of groups feels as though they are not doing ministry on an island by themselves, but they feel as though they are a part of something bigger than themselves, making a difference and change for Jesus Christ. And this is where you come in, because it's important that you as a coach have a frequent and predictable time where you are meeting with your leaders. We've seen it done in a multitude of ways. One of the best ways is to just pick a Sunday morning throughout the month and meet at that particular time. This is a time where you have an opportunity to really invest in your leaders. Your job is to make sure that you are literally coaching them. You're helping them out. You're helping them through some of the practical issues that they deal with. Maybe they have someone they're not listening within their group. This is your opportunity to kind of speak life into that. Maybe they have that particular time in their group where they've had a bunch of people show up, but now they're going through a small spurt where now they don't have as many people showing up. Well, now is your time to really speak into that in love. Another way that we keep group health is by making sure that our coaches are really investing in their leaders spiritually. That means that you carry spiritual authority. It means that you are praying directly for your leaders. It may even mean that you're fasting at certain times for your leaders. You are carrying the weight of making sure that there is spiritual breakthrough within every group that is under your leadership. The last part about being a coach are simply the practicalities. Listen, as a coach, you are the communications piece. You are the one making sure that the culture of groups is carried out throughout every single individual group. And so it's your job as a coach to not only make sure that you are carrying out your responsibility. It's your job as a coach not only to make sure that you are helping them with group health, but it's also your job to make sure that you're helping them carry out the practicalities of groups. What this means is that it's your particular responsibility to make sure that they understand planning center, that they understand how to take attendance. This is vital within our groups. They're the simple practicalities. And it's also a part of your job to make sure that they're carrying out the group requirements. That's making sure that they're meeting 70% of the time throughout the semester. It's making sure that they're finding their apprentices and also that they're signing up and letting us know what their serve projects are. Listen, coaches are a vital part of our ministry. And I believe wholeheartedly that God has placed you in a position so where you not only carry the title of coach, but you carry the spiritual responsibility of coach. And it's because of you that our groups will feel as though they are not alone, but that we're doing this together. Listen, God bless you. I believe that God has a plan for you, and you're going to do amazing throughout the DCLA in the kingdom of God. Can't wait to see what God does